Hey there, Mr. Sutton here with the IM361 Part 1 homework solutions on simplifying rational functions. To simplify this problem, since there's no way to factor this any further, we're just going to reduce. So 3 and 24, those can reduce together. That gives me a 1 up here and an 8 down here. X to the 5th and x to the 4th can also be reduced. Using our exponent rules in subtracting, that's going to give us an x to the first power upstairs. And now, taking stock of what's left over here, the whole fraction's negative. We have just an x in the numerator, and in the denominator, all that's left is this 8. So negative x over 8. For this simplifying problem, we can't really factor, so all that's left to do is try to reduce this expression. So the 25 and 35 can reduce. Those are both divisible by 5, so I can make this 5 over 7. And then the b's can reduce or cancel. Subtracting the exponents, 4 minus 2 gives us a b squared in the denominator, because that's where the larger exponent was. So now, taking stock of what's left over, we have a 5 in the numerator, and downstairs we have a 7 times b squared. On this problem, we're going to first factor before we try canceling anything out. So the numerator can't really do anything with that. I'm just going to rewrite it. But in the denominator, we can take out a common factor of 7. That will leave us with 7k plus 9 inside. And let's see, can't do anything with this 7k plus 9 factor, but 7 and 21, those can cancel a little bit. So that leaves me with a 3 in the numerator, and in the denominator, that's just an invisible 1. So up top, we have a 3 times k squared. In the denominator, we have basically just this 7k plus 9. Before we try simplifying this any further, let's start by factoring that denominator. So the 6x can stay where it is, but in the denominator, it looks like I can take out a 30 and an x, so 30x. 30x squared is then going to just become x, and negative 120x I can rewrite as just negative 4 inside that parentheses. And now I can reduce the 6x and the 30x. 6 over 30, the coefficients themselves, that reduces to 1 over 5. The x's cancel completely, this x and this x right here. So we still have a 1 left over in the numerator because everything else got canceled out. And in the denominator, we have a 5 parentheses x minus 4. For this problem, because there's no way to split this off into fractions that have the x's or the 3 and the 18 together, I can't really simplify or reduce this in any way, because the only way to split things up is with multiplication, not addition or subtraction. So this one's already simplified, and we're just going to do nothing. To simplify this problem, let's start by factoring so we can find common factors. So in the numerator, looks like I can take out an m, also a 4, because 8 and 36, both divisible by 4, so 4m. 8m squared then becomes, let's see, this will be a 2m. And then 36m divided by 4m, that's a plus 9 in there. Now in the denominator, I can take out an 8m. That leaves me with m plus 5. Can't do anything with these parentheses because there's different stuff inside. But the 4 and the 8, that reduces to 1 over 2. The m's out here cancel completely. And then I've got 2m plus 9 in the numerator. In the denominator, I still have a 2 out here along with this m plus 5. For this problem, to simplify it, we have to do absolutely nothing. We can't factor this any further. These factors themselves are not the same factor, so we can't just outright cancel it. There's no way to split these x's off into another fraction using multiplication, so this is already simplified. To simplify this rational expression, let's start by factoring as much as we can. So in the numerator, we can factor out a 2, leaving me with x minus 5. And in the denominator, I can take out a common factor of 8. That leaves me with an x and also a minus 5 down there. The 2 and the 8 can reduce. That's going to be a 1 over 4. And then these x minus 5s are exactly the same factor, so those cancel completely. And up top, we're left with, well, everything got crossed off, so there's still an invisible 1 that we now need to be not so invisible. And downstairs, all we have left is 4.